later. That's good.
Rundown.
What's going on, everybody? John Anthony, Chairshot Sports, a sport kind of affiliate, as always, powered by Zoa Energy. Here we are, the Raw Rundown. I'm John Anthony, joined by my boy from the Run In, Big Mike. What's going on, Mike? And it looks like it's not just us. Who else is joining you?
As you guys saw Thursday night, or if you follow me on TikTok, this is Juana the Iguana, the newest member of the Run In Wrestling family. I figured since Jess couldn't be here, she had some other stuff going on. We'd go with Juana instead of Jess.
I like it. Awesome. I love it. Oh man. But yeah, man, Raw was great. This is a really good Raw. It wasn't like top tier, awesome stuff. It also wasn't bottom of the barrel. It was right where you wanted it to be. Good amount of wrestling, decent amount of promos, a lot of commercials. Thanks, Netflix. But for what it was, man, a good amount of wrestling in the ring. I liked it. It was good. Obviously, good leading up to the Night of Champions. Yeah. So let's just jump into it. I'm here for it. Oh man, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan opens up Raw. Awesome stuff comes down to the ring. Her and Dirty Dom talking about last week, respect, stuff like that. Talking about Nikki Bella and her and their interactions last week in the ring on Raw, and pretty much how she's going to parlay everything into going to Io Sky, one of the greatest tag team champions ever, 4-time, going to Io Sky, wants her women's championship rematch that she has not gotten. Io Sky hits the ring, heeds the call, comes down, says, "Listen, man, I'm not just gonna give this to you. Like, this is how this is gonna work. I'm not scared of you." And she's like, "You really want this?" Throws it over to Liv. Drop kick for Liv's troubles. Kicks Dom in the back of the head. Those two kind of run their way down the road. Um, awesome opening segment. I liked it. I was waiting for a Nikki Bella appearance at some point, whether it was over the top, over the barricade to the ring. I didn't know. Anytime EO is on TV, I'm here for it. Awesome opening segment. Your thoughts as far as Liv jumping herself into the Women's World Championship title picture? Yeah, and her and EO's interactions.
It's good. I mean, she's obviously made a name for herself just in the space in general. I'm a Liv fan. I like her and Dom together, and everything they've been doing with the Judgment Day. Obviously, the tag team champions, um, historic 4 or 5-time champion. I can't remember. At one point, she said that she was a record-breaking 4-time champ, but then later on in the night, they mentioned that Raquel was a 5-time champ. So I'm not sure how that works. So maybe it was a mess up by commentary, or maybe Liv's just blowing smoke out her butt. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I'm here for it. I think it's a good match. I think they would pair well together. Everything being what it is, we'll get to what happens the rest of the night. But I think that would be a really good match. A match I would much rather see at Evolution than Nikki Bella and Liv Morgan. That's for damn sure. But obviously, we're probably not going to get that.
Yeah, not foretelling anything going on, but I think the.
Well, I was talking about the EO because if it's anybody, if she wrestles
yeah.
anybody at Evolution, it's going to be Nikki. I mean, they've already built that up too much, so it's not going to be her and EO at Evolution, which is what it should be. To be completely honest.
Very true. What's going on, Lady Alpha?
What's going on, Lady Alpha?
Hey, Cass Marie, what's going on? Thank you for jumping in. I think the plan was the this Breeze coming back as well. I think it was a tag team match they were talking about with the two of them. Well, the four of them, I should say. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk about that in a minute, obviously. But yeah, so that being said, we jump into the Queen of the Ring qualifier. Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez, Ivy Nile, and the returning Asuka. Asuka looked great. Great, man. The entrance is the same. She looks amazing. 110%. Missed her on our televisions. So great to see her back in the ring. Great spots, man. Again, the women, they deliver. Devil's Kiss, 2 attempts. Finally, she hits it on the apron with Raquel. Good spot. Cameraman, you had one job. One job, cameraman. Jesus, you had one job. Raquel is so close to getting this win. Bring it home for the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley makes herself known, pulls her out of the ring, hits her with a riptide on the side on the outside of the ring. Ivy Nile, man, she looked amazing. I'm just so sick of Ivy just being like a secondary part of all of these, a second fiddle to everybody, and just like getting cast away, not winning any of these matches. It sucks. So I want to see her get over and get some wins, man. It sucks. At the end of the day, Asuka gets the win. I think we all knew if she's returning, she's not taking an L here. So
No.
gets your win, moves on the Queen of the Ring tournament. Your thoughts on the match, and obviously Asuka getting the win and moving on.
It was a good match. Obviously Raquel and Stephanie, that whole when you mentioned the cameraman, I'm not mad at that one. I mean, I'm not sure that Raquel sells that move all that well. I guess with her being so tall, it's probably kind of harder to anyway. So it was probably the best angle for that being on the apron right there. I agree with Michael. That face paint on Asuka, absolute fire. Amazing face paint on her. They're coming out with a different mask, because normally she's got like the just the regular
porcelain doll
spooky
face.
mask. Yeah.
Yep.
But
I
I mean,
like it.
having the mask she had on tonight, and then the face paint, everything else, she looked great. Obviously, first match back in a while. I agree with you on Ivy now. She's always there. She always performs really well, but it's like her time's going to come. We'll put it that way.
Never the bride.
Yeah, and look, if she keeps showing out and doing that kind of stuff, I mean, she's only been on the main roster for less than a year now. So she's only been in NXT not much longer than that, maybe a year or two.
Probably about a year and a half. Yeah, if that.
I mean, she's only 3 years in, somewhere around in there. Obviously, they found her on doing reality shows. If I'm not mistaken, she was on the Rock's Iron Man show or whatever. I think is where I first saw her. That's kind of where they recruited her from. She the sky's the limit with her, especially being paired with Chad Gable and the Creeds. As much as she's going to learn from them in an in-ring perspective, the future is clearly bright for her, but it's just not right now. There's too much other talent. There's too much other big names on Raw right now for her to get a push, unfortunately. But she really performed well. She made everybody else look really good. She always does. And yeah, I mean, the right person won. Like you said, there was no way they were going to let Asuka lose in this situation. Nor should they.
That would be wild for her to come back and take an L here. Like, geez, what are you doing? What's going on, Isaiah? Thank you for jumping in.
But just imagine next week. I think we're getting what, Asuka and Alexa.
Yeah, dude.
And then Stephanie and Jade.
Yeah.
Or no, Roxy and Jade, not Stephanie. Roxy and
Jade. I said it last week, man. I like this platform. I like this way we're doing these fatal 4-ways, getting some nasty matchups going to get to the finals, man. These are some awesome matchups, man. I'm so happy for it. I'm so excited. We go real quick. We go to the Judgment Day Clubhouse. Finn obviously pulling strings, doing what he does best, talking about him and JD are like, well, what's going on? This and that. And, Dom trying to be the leader that he is, talking about why he's facing who gets what. And, JD obviously favoring Rox, those two walking away, leaving kind of Raquel like by herself. She tells Liv, really can't do anything. I mean, I'm not cleared. I just got to sit here. Did you see what I just went through? And Liv's like, I'll do it. Fine. And Raquel's got to just sit there holding the check like, okay, let's sit here. So always good to see that kind of stuff. But again, those breadcrumbs are going to come to fruition. We talk about it week after week. Eventually, at some point, those guys are going to crack, but I don't know what's going to happen. When it does, it'll be good. Gunther hits the ring. Your new world heavyweight champion on Monday Night Raw comes out, talks about being the champion, gives Jay his flowers. He was the man for one night, but clearly any other night, I'm unbeatable. I'm untouchable. Gives a little credence to the rumors, the chatter, what's next for him. Don't worry about this guy. I know what's coming up for me. My focus is Seth Rollins. This man has the money in the bank. Looks right at the camera, wants to talk to Seth. Listen, Seth, I'm right here. You say I'm a threat. Listen, let's go. I have a target. Then let's go. I'm right here. Whose music hits? I think we all expected this. Nobody did not think he was not showing up tonight. Goldberg's music hits. The crowd goes nuts. The pyros go down. Goldberg does a little kick montage. Thankfully, he didn't fall down this time. I'll Survivor Series all 3. Good to see him get down to the ring. Clearly already not looking the nimblest. He's already talked about some injuries. He's talking about being hurt, like getting training for all this. I mean, he's not exactly the spryest dude, but I'm excited for it, but we'll get to that. Gets in the ring, gives Gunther his props. Hey, good for you, man. Glad you're champion. Also brings up what happened the last time at Bad Blood when he's in the ring talking about Goldberg's family, wants to finish this. Now we have a date, July 12th, Saturday main event, Atlanta, Georgia. Goldberg, Gunther facing off. We've talked about it for a while. We've heard the rumors. It's official, Gunther and Goldberg. I guess I'll go to you, talk about as far as your thoughts, Goldberg coming back, and your thoughts about this match happening at Saturday main event, maybe not happening in Saudi, maybe could have been pushed to SummerSlam, but your thoughts on the match in general.
Night 2.
Always night 2. It's always night 2. There's gonna be 76 matches on night 2. It starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, goes about 3 a.m. Good thing I got a hotel there, so it's good. But yeah, no, your thoughts as far as him coming back, getting into this rivalry, with Gunther being getting freshly minted as the new World Heavyweight Champion, and your thoughts about Saturday night's main event matchup.
Actually, I'm gonna go to my run-in wrestling partner, Juana, for this one.
Oh,
Juana,
what do you think,
are
Juana?
you happy to see Goldberg back in WWE against Gunther? What are your thoughts?
And the crowd goes
No.
mid.
I mean, I'm not a huge Goldberg fan in the first place. After
man.
the last couple times he's been in the ring, I'm even less of a Goldberg fan. I knew it was coming because I'd seen the rumors and everything, just like everybody else.
Right.
But there are so many other matches you could do other than Goldberg. If this is his retirement match and he loses to Gunther, I guess it'll pay off. It's in Atlanta. That's the whole reason they didn't do it in Saudi, because it's in Atlanta. He said he wanted to retire in Atlanta.
Yep. Exactly.
So if that's what this is, and this is his retirement match, and he's going to give Gunther the rub and to be the person that beats Goldberg on his way out and sends him out on his back, then I guess I'll deal with it. Luckily, there's a whole lot of other wrestling on that weekend that I'll be able to focus on rather than having to watch. I mean, I may end up watching Great American Bash that night instead of live, because I'll probably be watching that other company that we won't talk about here on our WWE show. I'll probably watch it live because it costs $60, and then I'll probably watch Great American Bash that night instead of Saturday Night's Main Event anyway. So it is what it is. I'm just not excited about it.
Dax has a question for you. So actually, you can find both of these guys on Thursday nights all the time on the Run-In podcast. Tonight is me and Mike. But Sped is
he's not usually here for the Raw Rundown. I actually invited him to come on. I've texted him, sent him the link, but I think he's got some stuff going on. But he's
okay.
He's great, and you'll see us Thursday night.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I talked about it a little bit. I put up a little short. I just if this is the same thing you just said, all of it, like it's just, if this is Goldberg doing the whole thing where he's like, all right, Gunther gets one more notch in his belt. Now Gunther gets to come out here and retire the legend, put him away, send him home, and now that kind of just builds on the Gunther legacy going on. I'm here for it. And Goldberg, I think, he's just here to do good. Is here to do good business. So
as long as he doesn't concuss himself, knocking his head against the door on the way out again, I guess.
Don't hit the door,
I mean,
someone should probably hit the door, let him out. Jesus.
I mean, Gunther's fairly safe. I don't think you're gonna have like an Undertaker situation where he almost dies, because I don't think there's going to be a jackhammer at all, because I don't think he's going to try to get Gunther up.
So he's going to try to get him up. It's going to be like that jackhammer where you think he's going to have him straight up, and it's just going to be like some kind of weird suplex where he just kind of puts him down. I think it's a 1-2 out of it. Let me ask you one question though before we get into the match between Styles and JD. Whatever happens in that match, I would assume, just like you, Gunther goes over here. Goldberg's not here to win a match. He's here to get a rub, retire there, have a great moment with his kids, his family, whatever. It gets over. Does Goldberg send Gunther home with a complimentary spear? Do we see a Seth Rollins attempt cash in on Saturday Night Main Event?
I don't think so. I mean, it's not what they do Saturday night main events for. I mean, that's just more for the nostalgia. That's more as more a glorified house show a lot of the times.
They
So
are trying to go.
I don't
They are.
think so.
This is a different Saturday Night Main Event, though. This is definitely in a different air of what is going on opposite them. Could you, if they tease it enough on regular TV Mondays and Fridays? I don't know.
I mean, I can see him teasing it.
The music
and
hits,
maybe the music
comes
hits or
down.
something.
Yeah.
I don't think we get anywhere close to a cash in. He may come out and walk out on the stage with his briefcase and and do his little laugh or whatever
Mhm.
after the match or something, just to keep his name in the mix.
Right.
So yeah, but I mean, you got to think though. By that time, we'll also know who the King of the Ring is because that's after King of the Ring. So
It
you'll
is.
also have that interaction. Maybe whoever that is comes out and has a face to face with Gunther, depending on who it is. And maybe they come out and try to sell that match for SummerSlam as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I think Saturday Night's Main Event is gonna be very, very good. A show overall. AJ Styles, JD McDonough. Good match. Good match. Obviously Dom gets involved. AJ's running around trying to chase down Dom. At the end of the day, AJ Styles gets the 1-2-3 Styles Clash, puts JD down. Obviously the rest of Judgment Day comes out. They're all coming for him. AJ has the belt. He kind of slides out. Everyone else, Judgment Day's kind of in the ring looking at each other like, what happened? AJ outsmarts them all, walks away with the belt. Yeah, just your thoughts on the match. Obviously, I think we know down the road it's going to be AJ Dom competing for this belt, which we'll talk about too once we find out from all this as well. Your thoughts on the match? Obviously, like I said, nice quick match. But your thoughts on it?
I love it. I'm a huge JD fan. I mean, I think he's great in the ring. He's one of the better in ring competitors, especially in the mid card, lower mid card, area. And just on the Raw roster altogether, and him being in there with AJ Styles. I mean, I'm kind of one of those pairings that I don't know could have a bad match together. JD very underrated, and AJ Styles obviously one of the best of all time. So it was going to be a great match either way. I like how Dom got involved. Seeing AJ chase him around the ring, and then just JD fly out of nowhere and take out AJ was pretty smart.
Yep.
I would have rather, especially if they're doing what they're doing, I would have almost rather Dom cost AJ the match, and then AJ had started beating down Dom instead of just getting the pin over JD and then everything else happening. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that. Yeah.
That would have made a little bit more sense for the reason, obviously, other than the IC title. It would have made a little bit more anger out of AJ to go into this match, which I'm a fan of. I like angry AJ. Finn coming out and pulling Dom out of the way, that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense either with everything else that's been going on the Judgment Day.
Same.
So that was a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But the match itself was really good, and I'm excited to see the match that they announced later on.
Yeah, no, that was really weird to me that he pulled him out and there was nothing nefarious and maybe push him back, trying to get him into the ring. He takes a hit. And it was weird. It was like Finn was trying to actually help him. But again, you have to read the way Finn is trying to be the snake in the grass. I'll help you here. I'm not going to help you down the road. I'm trying to get that circle, stay in that circle of trust. So again, I agree with you though. He pulling him out and kind of harboring him. I'm like, what are we doing? No. That doesn't fit the narrative. No, don't do that. No.
Yeah.
No.
Don't
do that. What are you doing?
I would have almost rather them do almost the same spot, but instead of Finn pulling Dom out, Finn pulls the IC title out because the IC title was laying right there too.
Yeah, on the ring. Yep.
And he's got his hands on both of them, like he's going to pull both of them out, and he chooses the title over Dom. I think that would have been really cool foreshadowing for what we think is coming up later on as well. Yeah, just him coming in and just saving Dom outright. I was just kind of weird with everything else going on.
Yeah, that was weird for me. Mike agrees with you as well. Mike from Kicking Out at 2. I like angry AJ too, but I do think this cocky AJ going in and losing this match with Dom fits better.
Michael from Kicking Out too, doing his best Dusty Rhodes. This Dusty imitation.
Those words could have very much.
I think this cocky AJ is very good losing this match.
that you have it, baby. You cannot get rid of it or sell it. It is you, baby. You got it. I love it. And then we get an amazing promo back and forth from Bailey and Becky. Man, Bailey comes out
Yes.
just talking just to the people, man, talking about why she's back, what's going on. She calls Becky out. Becky hits the ring. And Becky has been a little subpar on that microphone for a little bit since her return. In my opinion, maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know. But these two have such history, such a rivalry, and these two are just hitting on all cylinders. I was here for it. It was great. Obviously, she's like, you're here for the people. These people turned their back on me. But they turned their back on you too, Bailey. Because when I was out here, they didn't give a crap about you. They didn't even they cared about they were cheering for me. They didn't care you weren't out here. So don't worry about it. We come to find out these two next week are going head to head for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Good stuff, man. A little slap from Becky, a little forearm from Bailey over to Becky, sends her out of the ring. Becky in Chicago Bears gear. That's got to be just Seth's stuff. I don't even know who Becky roots for.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
gotta
she went to Seth's closet.
Yeah, exactly, dude. She grabbed the shirt. She grabbed the jacket.
Actually, I guess if you want to get technical, after watching Seth's interview with CVV, she probably went to Colby's closet because he's more the Bears fan instead of Seth.
Yeah.
So.
But no, the great promo work from both of them. Obviously, Becky, people like little poo-pooing it a little bit. She was awesome. Her and Bailey are great together. Your thoughts on the promo and obviously the match we're getting next week in Ohio, man. We're getting Becky, we're getting Bailey for that Women's Intercontinental Championship. What are your thoughts?
I agree 100% with what you said on Becky. The Lyra feud, she was not the best Becky we've seen on the mic. And then you get into this one and she was really good, which makes me think maybe she was holding back with Lyra's to maybe try not to outshine Lyra, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is completely possible. But and if that's the case, shout out to Becky for not trying to outshine anybody else, in that situation. I know she won the belt, so it makes it look like she has, but shout out to her for if she was holding back, because this was a completely different Becky than we've seen over the past month with Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Great promo. I'm here for this match between those two. I've seen a few people, most notably Stephanie, who's been a guest on shows for us, on your predictions and stuff. Stephanie Hypes, who
I saw that,
is one of the ones that has championed this rivalry. They've had some small feuds here and there, but never a true, really dig your teeth in rivalry, which I think this could be. Obviously, I don't think Monday, we may get one of those finishes like Michael put up there a minute ago, where there's no winner leading into hopefully what I would think would be a triple threat, probably at Evolution. And then maybe I'm getting there. And maybe, whoever wins has to go with a rematch with Becky, whether it's Lyra or Bailey gets a rematch at Becky at SummerSlam night 2. To play it back. But I mean, it's hard to believe, especially if you're going to throw Lyra in this match, which I'm hoping we set up next week. Because it's weird they're just going ahead and doing the title match. Because even Becky said we're not doing a title match first, and then Nick Aldis said yes we are.
Yeah, that was weird.
And just to do that, the first match back between those two, I thought we would have had a kind of a build-up match first, maybe with some shenanigans or something, and then build to it at the pay-per-view or the PLE. But maybe we're going to get Lyra in there quicker and have the triple threat at Evolution, and then a singles match at SummerSlam on night 2.
No, I agree with all of that. That's literally the path I think it's going to go. Whether it's night 1 or night 2, SummerSlam is going to see the women's. I know I can't listen. I know I can't have all the matches. I get it. I can wishful think, and hopefully some of that gets through to the wrestling gods, and I'm blessed with a great card. Whatever happens on Saturday,
I want all the matches,
all of them. But on night 1 and 2, listen, it's the first night of SummerSlam, the first two days of it. It's going to be an amazing match, man. MetLife is very blessed to have this event, and they're going to go all, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. These cards are going to slap, and it's going to be amazing for whoever goes with every night. So, I'm just hoping night 2 betters night 1. We also found out. What's that? I didn't even
I
see
said I
it.
like Mike's last comment, night 2 and a third bleeding into Raw at this point.
I mean, at that point, I mean, I might as well just take the hotel. Where's Raw that the next night? Is it in Jersey?
I mean, surely it has to be. I mean, that's what they normally do
Shit,
everywhere else,
at
right?
that point, at that point, it's probably just buy tickets to just Jersey and just stay over the whole night. I don't work till Tuesday at like 4, so I'm off for like 2 days. I gotta talk to my wife.
There you go.
Then, ooh, now I'm doing some research when I get out of this stream. Shit.
So at least that point, we can put some of the lower tier matches that you want on night 2 over on Raw. That way, night 2 doesn't go.
I want the fallout. I want some serious fallout on Raw, baby. Yeah. So we also found out AJ and Dom are going to be facing off at Night of Champions for the Intercontinental Championship on the men's side. This match, I think, is going to be a sneaky good, man. Again, Dom. A lot of people short selling Dom. You don't like him as a heel, but that man he can go in the ring, and AJ's amazing. He can carry a lot of dudes. Real quick, just talking about the match in general, your excitement level on a 1 through 10 for as far as Dom and AJ for the IC Championship at Night of Champions.
I'd go 8. I mean, I think it's gonna be a great match. Again, we talk every week. You know, obviously he's been his champion Dom since day one with his love affair with him. But I mean, and I've come around to Dom being he's improved a ton in the ring and out. So I think being in there, one of the greatest of all times, everything's legal in New Jersey.
Anyway.
And John will be in the room where it happens. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Anyway, moving on. live stream, guys.
I just for you, Michael. My wife actually just bought me a Hamilton pop the other day. I've got about 3 or 4 of them now, so that's pretty cool.
Hey.
But anyway, the match. I mean, and Night of Champions, man. Night of Champions is stacking up to be a pretty damn good card. You've got,
it's looking good.
Cena and CM Punk. You've got this one now. Obviously, you'll have the King and Queen of the Ring finals, so that's some pretty good matches there. I mean, I'm definitely more excited about Night of Champions than I am about Saturday Night's main event.
Yeah, Saturday main event. I mean, I think it's beating a dead horse. I think we've been doing this we've been doing it for a long time. As far as you, me, and a couple other people, like it's every time it's just like a glorified house show. They have gotten better the past 2 or 3 of them. They're building storylines. There's some more quote unquote unpredictability to it, where like something cool things happen. You're like, oh, okay, that leads into Monday. I got to tune in. But like belts aren't changing hand, guys. Like we're not doing anything crazy on these matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think well, except for that one in Boston. I don't know. You might want to tune in. I don't know what's going down, but we'll see what happens for that John Cena one. But no, I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be a good match. And again, like you said, the PLE is definitely stacking up good for Night of Champions. We go to Kairi Sane, Liv Morgan. Obviously, for anyone that's watching this, watch Raw. Very unfortunate. Prayers up. Liv Morgan got injured in this match. A very, very usual bump from Liv, goes down awkwardly on her shoulder, hits her shoulder. You saw her facial expression in the slow-mos. Liv Morgan is diagnosed with a dislocated shoulder. So again, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I mean, prayers up. Hopefully she's okay. It's only, what is it, 2-3 weeks usually for a regular dislocated. Hopefully something wild. She's gonna miss months. That sucks for Liv Morgan because she's like at the height right now of what she's doing. So hopefully it's just a couple. That
sucks for all of us because I mean, all the things they're teasing with her.
Yep.
is not as non-happy as I was to see Nikki Bella. I mean, that's big for Liv to be put in that stratosphere.
Paul Levesque is holding his breath. Let me tell you, they're not that evolution is built around her, but a major storyline built around her, like especially with the Bellas. And it's just like you see that app, and it was like, ooh, because I'm like, what the hell happened? They go to commercial, they come back, and I'm like, oh no, that is never good. Like, geez. So hopefully, like I said, it's something quick. Prayers up, man. Hopefully Liv is okay. It's nothing too crazy. A couple weeks, she's back and better. So hopefully that's kind of the end of that.
There you go. Cass did your research for you.
Okay, here we go. I guess I gotta get some tickets.
But not for nothing, they did miss. They missed a golden opportunity because you had the play earlier where Finn said, "Hey, I've got a plan. Come with me, Roxy," and he goes and talks to her.
Yep.
I get it would have been a very put together match at the last second.
Very quick.
But they could have very easily had Roxanne come out there and do something with Kairi in that moment to kind of protect the storyline with Liv to where it made it look better. I mean, obviously, first and foremost, we all hope Liv's okay.
Of
But
course.
they missed a golden opportunity to kind of pivot right there and throw Roxanne out there to further that story, especially if it is serious with Liv, because you could easily insert her into that part with the Bellas and say, well, I'm going to represent the Judgment Day with Raquel. And then you have that will they, won't they kind of tag team. Can they get along for one night against the Hall of Fame tag, whatever you want to call them, against the Bellas?
Yeah, I guess
At Evolution. So I mean, that would have been a very, very interesting dynamic.
No, I agree. I have Rox winning the Queen of the Ring. That's just me. That was my prediction went out the gate. Once they show like everybody, Rox is my pick. No, I know it's up. You know me, Mike. You know me, man. Like,
No, I'm with you. No, I would love that.
pick.
I don't see her beating Jade.
Rox,
I don't know who's going to win it all. I don't see her beating Jade next week or this Friday.
Rox and Sammy were again. I didn't wait till like we get down to like the semis and then you pick. As soon as they unveiled the 8, I mean the 16 on each side, I was like pop. So I have Sammy and Rox. Sammy makes a lot of sense going against the Gunther side. That makes a lot of sense. But we'll see what happens. But both does do Cody. The men's is going to be interesting. The women's Rox, I picked it quick. Then I saw how the rest of everything filled out, and I went, "Oh yeah, that's gonna be a long shot now, baby." we're fighting the underdog stuff, but
unless with it being on SmackDown, you could always have Naomi cost Jade.
That's what I see. That's
so I guess you could do that,
and not to plan the injury, but you could if you want, depending on what the works were before. Rox wins this, and Rox is like, gets that, and now Liv is calling her shot again. Whatever was going to happen beforehand, before the injury, obviously, Liv is calling her shot to go against. I want my title shot. Yada yada yada. Rox wins the whole thing. She's trying to get into Judgment Day. She has a shot, and Vince's like, look at this girl. Yeah, she got herself a title shot. Liv, how you feel about that? Like, and Liv's just like. So
Michael brings up a really interesting point. I mean, some of the finals matchups we could get are crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
Randy, Cody, Jay, Sammy.
Do not ever WWE. This is probably it's been a long time. Don't falter from this. I know a lot of people talk crap about WWE, whatever. These 4-ways, and we didn't do a SmackDown shakedown. I got out of work late. Mike was like, "We doing it?" I'm like, "No, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm too old. I got to go to bed. I had to get up early on Saturday. Long stuff going on." But the way these matches are ending, like Randy's getting an RKO on Mello on top, like to get pins, man. The way they end these fatal 4-ways is amazing. For the most part, you're just like everyone's involved in it. But just keep doing what you're doing for this King of the Ring stuff. Yes. I love the 4-way matches, man, to get into like the finals and stuff. I love it. But again, at the end of the day, prayers up to Liv, man. Here's hoping it's not a long-term injury, a couple weeks. Hopefully she's back. Yeah, we get Sammy. In the back cutting a promo. Obviously, very excited. He's moving on. He's going against Randy Orton on Friday. Sammy, like I just said, is our pick to win. My pick to win, I should say. I didn't want to talk for everybody else. How happy am I? Karrion Kross is on television, baby. I'm here for it. You know I'm piping up. I tweeted it. He liked it. I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah.
And of course, these two finally get into it, and Sammy's like, "Whenever I'm done with this, wherever it ends, whether I win this or whether I get out next Friday, or this Friday, I'm going to Pierce, and I want you and me. We're done. We're going in. You and me get this match." And Kross is like, "About time. If this is how we're gonna get Karrion here, man, I don't know what's going on, man. Whether it's, his contract's up apparently in August, whatever day it is, I don't know, man. I'm just praying to God that we sign this man. He keeps it going. We all don't know. I think this is kind of the point. I think at this point now, as much as I think we all talk about, you and me have talked about it, a lot of people in our group talk about it. WWE at this point with quote unquote burners, everybody watches what everybody's talking about. So they try to stay one step ahead and make it more realistic and counter what people are talking about. If Karrion has re-signed, nobody is going to know about it except for Karrion and Paul Levesque and TKO until that time comes, to keep it that much to the chest. So we're all kind of sitting here going, where's he going to go? What's going on? What's going on in this match? But with that being said, yeah, your excitement level as far as like, I don't know when Sammy's going to get knocked out, but a Karrion Sammy program, whether it's a one-off, couple matches into that, is that kind of how we jumpstart the Karrion Kross era into WWE Raw on Monday nights? Yeah, your thoughts on that?
Well, if your prediction comes true, it scares the shit out of me. Because there's no way they let Sammy win King of the Ring and then lose a week later to Karrion Kross on Monday Night Raw. There's just not. And I don't want to see him start off with a loss, especially to Sami Zayn. If for some reason Sammy gets kicked out and we get that match like next week or the week after or something like that, then yeah, I'm excited for it because I think he deserves a push, and I think this could be the way to, you know, whether you agree with it or not, Sami Zayn is a main event talent. He's in that echelon. He's in that stratosphere right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's in that mix. So Karrion Kross being a part of that mix is never a bad thing. The problem is, like I said, if they wait till after King of the Ring and Sammy wins King of the Ring, I don't know that there's a way that Karrion Kross wins that match, which I don't think does anything for Karrion at that point.
Unless there's the Furious. Obviously, good. I'll let you finish.
Yeah, and that, and then you've got the whole devil kind of thing where Sammy starts to crack and he starts turning heel, like he's done with a few other or a lot of other superstars after he's lost matches. But I'm not tired of seeing that gimmick, but I'm tired of seeing him lose matches to do that. I want to see him start winning some matches. I want to see him start having some meaningful matches on TV where he can get some wins and kind of make himself, I don't want to say more relevant, because obviously he's relevant because he's everywhere. So it's not a relevancy thing. It's
everywhere.
I want him to make him seem more of a threat to a title. Because right now I don't know of any title that you could just drop him in right now unless he won like a King of the Ring, which obviously he didn't even get put in. So we're there. But I mean, I want to see him win some matches on TV, and I don't want to see him losing to Sami Zayn the week after Sami Zayn wins King of the Ring.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. That's such a way not to start like your quote unquote run that's coming out to TV. But again, when picking Sammy was way before, it was before the Jey Uso and Gunther match. Now with Gunther, Sammy makes so much sense to me though. Like for those two, because of the story you're gonna tell with the IC, he's one of two guys to pin this man. Like it's so the Sammy stuff makes a lot of sense. But Karrion. But who's to say though that it does like you just said though? Who's to say it happens that next week? Because Sammy's kind of, you know what I mean. I didn't say Sammy's going to win the title. He's going to win King of the Ring. He goes to SummerSlam. Gunther again puts him down, and then that's when Karrion kind of pops up that next night on Raw after night 2. He pops up on Raw and looks at Sammy. Goes, oh, there's that craziness. You just thought it was going to be another result, right? Because no matter what you win,
but if you're going to do it that way, I think you want to do that before SummerSlam because you want to see Sammy start breaking some rules, kind of leading into that before Gunther, because it may help him beat Gunther. Yeah. And who knows? Maybe he's part of that story of how Sammy, gets a little bit of edge to him and is able to beat Gunther for that again.
We got Karrion.
But again, that does a lot more for Sammy than it does for Karrion at that point.
Right. But I think it was definitely an interesting and telling backstage segment, especially with Karrion. Very excited for it. I was like, please tell me this man is not going anywhere. Please don't go anywhere.
Congratulations on his win on Main Event against Cruz del Toro.
That's right.
So there's that.
Main Event, baby.
the most used talent on Main Event in the entire roster.
Oh my God. Please, there's got to be justice for this man. Please.
Like, where do you watch Main Event, by the way? Like, where is it available?
You don't. I've looked. I looked just for the hell of it, just to look. You can't. I don't think it's. They probably record it in house, like for their closed, like their closed circuit stuff. I don't think it's aired. It's not. So you're gonna air Evolve on Tubi, and you're gonna. I don't think Speed's on X.
Hey, put it on their YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. Just put it up there, man. Like what you only have. It wasn't like back in the day when it was Velocity and Heat and all this, and then dude, come on, what are you doing? Nah, I don't think they record it. They record it closed circuit, but I don't think they put it out, which sucks.
100%.
From what I've seen for men and women, they have some decent matches. They have some good hype matches for people in the arenas. So, no, Isaiah. No, I'm not. My hand's not on the mouse. There we go. No, I know we know it's a house show, but it's just we were wondering if it was aired anywhere, which would be, you think with everything that they do with in the TKO era of social media, you would think they'd put these shows everywhere. X, YouTube,
Yeah.
Instagram.
Put it on their Twitch, something.
Yeah, put it on it. Put it on IG. Let's go. Let's find another platform.
Yeah,
like
you've got your X show and Speed. Let Main Event be your YouTube or your Twitch show.
There you go. Shit, Goopy's already taken up by Evolve. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Let's air it. Let's go. We come to our main event. Jey Uso, Rusev, Bronson Reed, Sheamus. This match was just all over the place. These guys were hitting
everybody else on the roster.
Dude, for real, man. Yeah. Like, that's what I talked about, baby. I told you. Like, Sheamus and Bronson. Sheamus gets 10 beats. Yeah, hell, he gets 20 beats on Bronson. He's a big boy. He's got to hit him. Jey hits him with with some kicks. Sheamus is getting hit all over. The end of the day, Bronson's tsunami goes back up. Let's see, we got Penta, Sammy, Penta, and like I talked about in my short, I talked about on X. LA Knight gets his little piece of flesh for what happened on Friday night. He comes back, gets Bronson, costs him. At the end of the day, Jey Uso 2 frog splashes off the top rope, gets a win. The Yeet Man is moving on in such an interesting match. It's not so much. I'm not trying to like move through the match real quick because it was an awesome match. It really was. All 4 of these guys were awesome. I talked about Rusev and Sheamus. These guys they went head to head. They kind of cancel each other out. Like I talked about, Bronson Reed got Braun Breaker made an appearance. These guys got canceled out from Penta. Sammy, obviously LA Knight, they get canceled out, and then Jey gets his win. But the more so for me is the matchup. Jey and Cody. And obviously Cody comes out at the end of this match to save Jey. Kind of sends away Seth's little unit, which apparently is supposed to get a new theme song and new name, probably in the next week or two. Once they figure all that out. It's not from Def Rebel, which is good. What was that?
Peacock has main event. I'll have to look into that.
Do they? Michael, thank you. I did not know that. Are you serious? Oh, I'm watching main event, baby.
Yeah, I'm checking that out. I'm gonna look that up as soon as we get off air.
If you see it before me, let me know. I'm here for it.
Well, I'm gonna look it up as soon as we get off air. I've got a TV right here. I'll look it up as soon as we get off air and make sure.
I just gotta walk in the living room from the office. Shit.
Yeah.
But obviously Cody comes out, saves Jey. Jey, if he wasn't, I think he was purposely trying not to sell it. Jey looks hurt. Jey, honestly, the ref was talking to him way too much. I think Jey got hurt. Nothing crazy. I don't think he's out. Jey definitely hurt something. He was sore. He got a tweak. Something happened. He's usually against the ropes the whole time until it was time for the match where you got to stand behind Cody this whole time, where he kind of got up and very gingerly, walked slowly behind Cody. Jey got hurt. Yeah. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. I'm sure it's just a tweak. But the interesting part of all of this is now the long-term storytelling of what we talk about WWE nowadays. Jey and Cody, the man who brought him over with him. Now it's Jey and Cody going for a chance to go to the finals of King of the Ring. Your thoughts as far as the match, Jey winning, and the Cody and Jey matchup that we have looking forward to move on to the finals in Saudi.
So again, thank you, Michael, for giving us that information. I'll verify it later. But in honor of that, Juana, do you want to describe what you thought about this match? What your opinion was? You did okay.
Juana's on the next prediction show. I'm just telling you right now. She's in.
So, what was your thoughts about the main event? Big meaty men slapping meat. I love it. I love big meaty men slapping meat.
So much meat, all of it.
That's for you too, Michael. I know you love that. That's
hold on before you give me your prediction. Hold on. Wait, what were your thoughts? Someone just put this. What are your thoughts, Mike? If this happens, Mike, what are your thoughts? Goldberg wins against Gunther, and that's how Seth cashes in.
No.
Okay.
God, no. I don't want Gunther to win anything. I want Gunther to lose and go home.
Goldberg. You mean Goldberg?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, Goldberg.
I was like, damn, bro. Damn, that's fucked up.
No, you're right. Thank you for correcting me because I did not mean Gunther. I don't want Goldberg to win anything. I want Goldberg to lose and go home. Go sit
What?
back in Atlanta, wherever you live now, on the outskirts of
No,
Atlanta,
no.
Georgia, and
No, no.
enjoy. So,
Lady Alpha.
but
No, I apologize. The match.
no, you're good. You're good.
And moving into.
I've already taken us off the rails. Good
No,
job,
I love
Juana.
it. I love
Way to take us off the
Juana,
rails.
Juana can do whatever she wants. Is it? I'm sorry. I want to be correct here. I'm not being. Is it she, he, Juana? Is it?
Well, I mean, it's an iguana, so
Iguana.
we don't label it any further than an iguana, because I mean, even if it's a female iguana, it has the deepest voice ever.
So
So
they. Okay.
so yes, it is a they.
Okay. They are the next prediction show. Just so you know, I need to have them here.
Hey, I'll do it. Should you good with that one?
I think I'm playing. You're in?
Juana's in.
Let's go, baby. All right.
Their throat's a little sore from the comment a minute ago, so they're gonna rest them for the rest of the night. So they're throwing it to me the rest of the night. So, but other than the big meaty men slapping meat, I mean, it was a great match. I loved it. I mean, you had, and WWE does this a lot, so it may be overplayed. I say maybe it's overplayed, but the interference after interference after interference after interference, while it is still entertaining, it's, I mean, because first you had Braun, then you had Sammy, and then you had LA Knight, and then you had Penta, and like you said, then after the match you had Seth and you had Cody. I mean, it's almost like it's giving you WrestleMania vibes, where we assembled the Avengers to finish a main event Raw match, which seems odd.
It's a lot.
But the match itself was good. I mean, I thought Sheamus was going to win. I had already put out my theory about the graphic for the King and Queen of the Ring.
I saw that.
And it actually played out with Asuka winning. So that was one more in my cap there.
So
and then they threw it all away with the last one, not letting Sheamus win. Yeah. Yay.
Go yeet. Shout out the sped.
And my excitement level for this match, Cody versus Jay, is about that. No yeet.
Really?
I'm just not here for it, man. I don't know.
If you had, I'm not asking for like a crazy, but Cody goes over here, right? I mean, Cody wins.
100%. There's no way.
Okay, thank you. I was going to say, you know, there's going to be people be like, oh, Jay. No, Cody's literally like, it's almost like the stuff with Punk from, I'm sorry. Cody's going to be like, I'm sorry, dude. Crossroads 1, 2, 3. Sorry, bro. I love you, but I'm going for that crown.
And that may be one of the reasons Jay's playing up the injury. If he's not really injured or not really hurt, that may be one of the reasons he's playing it up.
Yeah,
because obviously that was the storyline for him losing to Gunther, because you know you're doing too much, kind of thing.
He's wrapped
and had his ribs wrapped. Then he got tsunami'd. Then he got tsunami'd again. And then he tried why you're doing frog splashes if your ribs are already hurt. Good job, dumbass. Maybe think about that. Maybe just do a spear instead of trying 2 frog splashes on a dude that's twice your size, where you can't really land it all that well. But that's just me.
I need that button on my sound card. Dumbass. I need that. I need that on my sound card. Yeah.
Anytime you want me to record it, let me know. We'll get in the studio and yeah.
We're gonna do
it.
Shit.
So I mean, and I think whoever wins Friday night will be very telling. If Randy wins, I think there's 0% chance that it's Cody. I'm sorry, 0% chance that it's Jay. Because Jay Randy doesn't make any sense. If Sammy wins,
Randy. Either one.
Sammy wins that match.
Sammy can go either way, though. I was about to talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. If Sammy wins, it gives Jay a little hope, because you can see a story either way. Say Seth or Sammy and Jay, or Sammy and Cody. Both of those make sense. Randy and Jay make 0 sense. So if Randy wins, Cincio, however you say it, I don't know. I'm sure I just offended the entire culture. But yeah, so if for some reason Sammy does beat Randy some way, somehow, because I don't even know how you would write that, because like there hasn't even been enough, unless John Cena comes out and costs him after what happened. Yep. That's probably the only way I would see Sammy beating Randy. But yeah, I would much rather see Randy and Cody in that final one, because we've talked about that match for a while. then because I really don't even want to see Sammy and Jay or Sammy and Cody. I just don't. I'd rather see Randy and Cody because we've already got more of a contentious story there. So and plus that just it makes more sense. That is a PLE Saudi Arabia big time match, Randy and Cody, not Sammy and Jay. Which would also make more sense if Sammy loses on Friday, then he can go to Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis and say, I want this match with Karrion Kross, and either you put it on Raw next week or you put that at Night of Champions too.
Ooh,
And that gives you another match there.
Yeah, that's true too. I didn't even think about that. And you know me, I have crazy conspiracy theories, and if I had the pen, it'd be crazy rights.
Yeah.
So to how you just said it, to just kind of go on those same wavelengths, the way I see it going down is that Cena cost Randy for everything that's going down, everything that happened on Friday night, the whole showdown with everybody. That's why Sammy wins there. It's going to be Sammy and Cody. But the thing is, there's not a lot of times they play into this. There's probably only been, I think, Aaliyah. I'm trying to think who else might have done it. There's not a lot of times they play into a PLE with somebody with that kind. I think Sammy wins in this because it's in Saudi. I think this is why Sammy makes it there and wins the King of the Ring there. If this was anywhere else, Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, anywhere else, but the fact it's in Saudi, I think it makes sense. I think this is where Sammy kind of gets a big win for him. Because I don't think he wins a championship. He goes to SummerSlam, whether it's night 1 or 2, wherever it is. I don't think he gets the title, but he gets the King of the Ring in Saudi, which is big. Go ahead.
So let's play that out.
Go ahead.
If Sammy and Cody in the final in Saudi Arabia, because Cody's over there too.
I don't think it's clean though. It's not clean. None of these matches I think are going to be a lot of. Go ahead.
And I was going to get to that. If it's not clean, who interferes? Is it Cena? Is it Randy? Is it? Because if you help Sammy win in that point, and John Cena's supposed to be your biggest heel later on in the night, because obviously that's going to be your main event, Cena and CM Punk. Mm-hmm. Do you really want the crowd cheering because they just helped Sammy win King of the Ring?
I think it all depends on match placement too. I don't obviously would
assume
Cena and Punk
I don't think there's any question that that's going to main event the card.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to play that very delicately because if Cena comes out and helps Sammy win that in Saudi Arabia, they're going to cheer the shit out of Cena. And then you're going to have them, and maybe that's the way they're going to play it because I don't know how they're going to receive Punk over there anyway with everything he said. I don't even know if they know what he said. They may not even have any clue. So maybe they're just going to cheer him because it's the name CM Punk. Who knows?
Yeah. No, I know. Again, like I said, there's a lot of behind of what I'm talking about. I'm like, okay.
And I know we're getting a lot deeper than we normally do on one of these shows. As far as like fantasy booking and all behind the scenes stuff.
I know because, like I said, with these matchups, like Michael said too, from kicking out, like these matchups are wild. Like again, it's this is probably the prime example of everything you've looked for that people either you like it or you don't like it. The long-term storytelling. You're getting a lot of matchups here where like you can go back and go, oh, 2 years ago, yada yada yada. You can look back. Obviously, everybody wants the Cody Randy matchup. That matchup in general has years.
Yeah, so that you said 2 years. That has like 10 to 15 years in it.
Legs on it, legacy, the whole nine. Like he told Cody, and that's why it was too telling to me. Again, Valve protest too much. I know they do foreshadowing, but the fact it was like you're my brother to me. If I have to go through you, obviously you think that's the matchup. Then that's when they kick you with that little swerve divert, and they're not doing that way yet. But again, we could fantasy book it for probably a couple hours here. but no, these matchups are amazing, and I think Sammy needs a big win. Needs a big win. If it's not a title win, because I don't think Gunther doesn't win this. Just obviously he's going to go over Goldberg. He's not going to be a transitional guy for a couple months. Sammy needs some kind of win for a king. Gets the King of the Ring. Cool. Gets the SummerSlam. Kind of falls up short. Sammy, it's coming, man. 2026. Bookmark this, man. Save this Sammy needs a run. It needs to happen, man. Before all this is done, Sammy needs a championship run. Whether maybe he goes over to SmackDown, if whoever the champion is, whether it's Cody, whoever else, whether it's on Raw, I don't know. But like Sammy in 2026 is getting a title run. But the fact he can put the King of the Ring feather in his cap, yeah, he comes up short against Gunther, but he's still a King of the Ring, kind of like building a portfolio, deserving this match. Does he win a Rumble? I don't know if it's that deep. Maybe an Elimination Chamber that I can buy. I guess I'm kind of just buying into the Sami Zayn effect, and I know eventually this man, I don't think he's gonna be. He's just here to be a good soldier for the rest of his career. The man has paid his dues, and there's one thing WWE does is they do pay off these guys who out here week. Sammy is week after week, man. I can't remember one week where he's in a backstage, in the ring, whether it's an L, a W, doing something in the back. I cannot remember, like even the Bloodline stuff from weeks and months and years. I just eventually Sammy needs, whether it's a 3-month run, man, I don't care. But this man needs to have a belt. And I think King of the Ring is kind of a way to put that feather in his cap. It's like, hey, we gave you a huge win in Saudi. Check it out. And it's in Saudi, man. It's big for him. It's personal to Sammy. So it's good for him. Maybe, yeah, he comes up short at the PLE and SummerSlam, but he also builds him up to the rest of the year, Rumble, Elimination, going to Mania. So that's kind of how I'm building that. Because I think Cody doesn't need King of the Ring. Does it make the most sense for Cody to, again, you know me, I don't pick the sexy pick. It's easy to say Cody. That's how he gets back. That's his road back to John. John's not losing the belt at SummerSlam. That's the problem. Whether we get Fiend. I don't know. Do we get the final boss? I don't know. But John is not dropping that belt. Maybe October, November. Talk to me in the Burrs. And then maybe I can see John dropping the belt and giving it to whoever as he has a swan song and walks away.
See, that's where we differ, though. Is I could very easily see him losing it at SummerSlam.
Oh no, man, no way.
Like you've mentioned, like that December Boston show him having a belt. I think there is 0% chance he has it by December.
Okay, I'll give you December. I'll give you December, but not SummerSlam. It's gonna happen. I don't know, man. It's got
to happen at one of the big pay-per-views. If it doesn't happen at SummerSlam, then where?
Look who you're talking to. That's night 2. Cena is definitely.
I'm with you.
That's night 2, man. I'll be sitting here like, oh my god, John Cena just lost the belt. Holy shit! Like Cody Rhodes. Oh, like let's go. Like I don't know, man. I just.
I mean, because that gives you a solid 4 months for Cena to be Cena, to where he can pay off the rest of the 15 or 10 or however many dates he has left to be the babyface again, to be the guy, and have his actual farewell tour at that point.
Well, what does he do though? What does he do? That's why I think I thought what you thought, but what does he do? So now all of a sudden he has no belt, and now he's going to be what, coming out?
It doesn't matter what he does at that point. It's the last 10 matches of John Cena. He goes back and has matches that he's always wanted to have.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
He doesn't have to have a belt at that point. He doesn't have to have a direction. He can say, I'm going to have an open challenge for 10 rookies that want to come out and make that same impact that Kevin Owens made 10, 15 years ago coming out the first night. And then you let rookie after rookie come out, and then he beats all of them. And then December at Saturday Night's Main Event, you have an NXT call-up who you think you want to be the next guy. Hello, Obafemi, I'm talking to you.
Oh, shut up!
He comes out and he beats the crap out of John Cena at that point, and then he's the next guy, and that's John Cena's last match.
Oba,
I mean, you can have 10 matches where he's just doing an open challenge, and it's just different NXT kids coming up and getting the rub. What better way to send off the greatest of all time than giving the rub to like 5 to 10 people in open challenges on Raw or SmackDown?
That was exactly.
You let a trick come up. You let a Joe Hendry answer.
No, not Joe. I love Joe, just not Joe.
Joe, that is Joe's dream match. I want to give that to Joe before John Cena quits.
I want the match, but not the belt going to Joe.
No. Again, I've already taken the belt off John. Those last 10 matches, I've already taken the belt off of John. These are just an open challenge for the next up-and-comer that wants to be the next big star in this business. And John is trying to find the next generation of him.
The next ruthless aggression?
Yeah. He wants to see who's next, who can take the mantle and run with it after I'm gone, because I want to make sure I leave this place better than I found it.
Mm-hmm.
because he has a whole change of heart after he loses the belt at SummerSlam on night 2. You're welcome.
Thank
And then he's like, "Look, I mean, I've gone on this whole thing where I've fought all my biggest matches
My
of my
demons?
history. Yeah, I've fought all my demons. I fought
Yeah.
Randy Orton. I fought CM Punk. You know, I fought R-Truth, I've been in the periphery for years. Well, apparently he's not fighting Ron Killings because I can't freaking call him Ron Killings.
I know,
Ron
it says Truth
Killings
still.
for some
I'm
reason.
like,
They're
what are
still
you
calling him
doing?
R-Truth. Put some respect on that man's name.
For real though. I love
That's a whole nother story. I could do a whole video on that if
doing
just
it-
because
I'm
it
doing it
pisses
on
me
Wednesday.
off.
I got a whole Wednesday. No, trust me. On Wednesday on Body Slam, I got a whole thing about that shit. Don't get me
Yeah.
started, bro. I'm with you.
That
I'm with
pisses
you.
me off.
I'm with you.
And maybe it's supposed to,
Yeah.
but like those last few
I know.
dates,
No.
it's just John Cena coming out going, "I want to find the future of this business so I can leave it better than I found it." And then you have Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, Ethan Page,
Ethan. Oh my god.
anybody
Ethan,
else.
holy shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
you've got Ricky Saints, and that's how he gets brought up to the main roster. All these guys, and then December, Saturday night's main event in Boston with you in the arena.
Oh, you know
This is my last open challenge. We've had all these guys. Who is the next guy? And you hear who, and Oba comes out, and I mean, and that's it.
I'm here for Oba. Oh my god. And John will sell it so good. He'll give it all to Oba too, man. He'll get a couple moves of doom, and Oba will destroy him, man.
That first shoulder tackle, Oba's just gonna like shrug him off and be like, "Hell, are you doing?
Who are you? You know who I am? I'm the ruler." 3 fall from graces. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm done with you. See, I thought what you were saying, because I know I did the whole thing with CM Punk. Obviously, Punk is out. That's not happening, but that's happening at Saudi. I just don't know. You go this hard against Punk with the whole take the belt and leave. This whole thing again. You're copying me. This is you're me, dude. You're me. Like, yeah, you're doing my shtick. I just don't know. You go so hard against here in Saudi, and who's to say he might not? Who's to say he doesn't get booked on Saturday Night Main Event? We don't know. They like to do this weird stuff. Like they're doing the true stuff with Cena. You don't know. Maybe it's a non-title match. I don't know. Because what does he have after? Was it 17 dates?
Something like that, yeah.
It's getting low, bro.
I think at the end of SummerSlam, it'll be like 13 or like it'll be 15.
Over
maybe.
13. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
I just think just for storyline purposes, that's why I don't think SummerSlam is it. Everything you just said makes 100% sense. Not discounting anything you just said, because that makes sense. And I like that for like building again the ruthless aggression. Show me what you got. Show me you can be the guy to be what I am, to take this from me. I like that. But the title wise, that belt, I can't see unless again, you gotta this is where you gotta go wild. You gotta start being like weird IWC shit and going crazy like Rock and the Money in the Bank stuff. If Seth cashed in on John Cena, like that, no one even saw that coming from like 14 miles or 25 miles away. No one's so like
that's a possibility too.
That's what I'm saying. So that's where like I can't see John not carrying this to the end. Because obviously, like I talked about Punk. Punk made sense, right? The whole thing, him moving on, main event, blah, blah, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Obviously, him going to the Saturday main event, if he has the belt, you're like, okay, well, you got 16 days left. You're done, right? And John has said, this is some weird act. I'm not going to carry into Mania. I'm not going to the Rumble. You know, who knows if that changes? It's TKO. No one knows. And it's The Rock. Who knows what happens? But I just don't, maybe it's not main event in December here in Boston, but I don't think it's SummerSlam. I just think it's something in the middle, but the story needs to start making sense. Again, we got the same thing. Punk was on SmackDown. Punk was giving him be the person these people want you to be. Excuse me. Let them put you on this pedestal. And John gave he's kind of right. Gave the look. I don't know when it's going to happen. And I think whatever all of this is, whatever the master plan is, right? I don't think any of us see this coming. It's going to be something wild that is a swerve. I think Dwayne's involved. It's going to be something crazy how that belt comes off of John. Whether it's a cash in, I don't think it's a regular opponent, but I don't know. I think SummerSlam is it's between there and do I want to walk into the Garden with John as a champion? Yes. Is that the allure of him coming to a Saturday main event as a champion? Maybe that might be a sell, but the knowing that's his last pay-per-view again, we know this. You're not leaving as a champion, or you have to drop it here because unless they add Armageddon or something wild at the end of December, you're done. Like it's 2026 hits the clock and you're still champion. And
well, I mean, we'll know because if hey, I've got 15 dates left. If those dates run out and you're at date number 0, and so it's that Saturday night main event, even if they add a pay-per-view or add a PLE towards the end of December.
Let me ask you one question though. This is something I thought of probably earlier today, and as I was watching Raw. Obviously, we'll see what happens at SummerSlam and Night of Champions. Do you think, and just again, you and me talking, just sitting here spitballing, do you think it's John Cena, right? Number 17. He set the record. I mean, if you talk to Ric Flair now, it's 21-time champion, but whatever. But 17-time. Could John Cena walk out of this company with that belt? What does it matter to WWE and TKO? They can create a new I get it's the WWE Championship, the most sacred belt in this industry, in this company, the nostalgia and the history behind that belt. Could John walk out with that belt?
I just don't see how they do that.
He gives any kind of chance he does leave with the belt.
I mean, there's always that chance because, Triple H and those guys have seen what everybody's been saying.
Yep.
And how 99% of the people are saying there's no way. There's that 1% out there that Triple H is going, I could do this and swerve everybody.
They didn't have a new belt at Mania.
That would be so weird, though.
But this is why I ask you, because we've been watching this so long, but this is why I keep saying, I keep bringing up the other names. You bring Dwayne. Dwayne he's the head of the board. All joking aside, the man is on the board. He has some kind of influence to Ari. Maybe, Jesus, for nothing short of anything, maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe that belt is gone. They created their World Heavyweight Championship. Maybe they create some new belt. I don't know, man. But I thought about it today and I went,
I mean, that's just their brand. All of the
but is it not
the promotional titles have that same look, that same design.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man.
But you and me look at it as the heel John Cena, and we look at it as John. But is it anything but something of them looking at John and going, no, John, we're going to let you leave with that belt? Is it more of a respect factor in John being able to be like, I left with this belt? Because like I said, I know John said it jokingly in his promos, and they're going to create another belt. They will create another belt. Is it something almost, if you want to look at it, to John getting to leave as the last real champion? Take away the kayfabe, take away the jokes and all the heel stuff, but him leaving with this belt as an homage to John. John, take this, man. You're the GOAT.
If we're stripping away kayfabe and everything else, I don't think John would do that.
See, that's okay. I thought the same thing too. Yep.
I think John has too much respect for the history of this business, for the history of WWE, to walk away. Because I mean, what does that say about any of your champions after that?
It's all new.
Obviously, you have to bring a little kayfabe back in at that point. But what does that say? Because what did we say about Seth when he got the other title that they had to make because Roman was never there?
It was the B title.
How long did it take? Because to say that wasn't a secondary title. People still say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's still said a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not near as much as it used to be.
Because the lineage,
because of Seth and because of Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine how bad this other belt would be, and how bad that first champion would be. I don't think there's any way in real life that John Cena and I don't think Triple H does that. I don't think either one of them.
But that's why I said
would
TKO.
Put that.
That's why.
And I get that. I get that.
Because they're weird like that. They're weird like that. I don't know. That's. And The Rock.
But there's nothing to say on that last night that Triple H can't walk out with his own "you can't see me" belt or something where he gets to take that home, and that's his
That'll be $6,000 on shop. Yeah, can't wait.
Oh hell yeah! And
Yeah,
it'll
after-
be right
yeah.
there up above your right shoulder on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay it all of every.
Yeah,
payment
you'll
is
have
$1,500.
to put up a new shelf right there next to one of the other ones where you can put it by itself.
Spoiler alert: there is a new belt en route. Actually, there is a new belt that will be seen around here
Well,
soon.
after my post today, I may need to borrow one. Hopefully,
I was gonna. When you're done with your take, I was gonna be like, I'm gonna let you borrow one, but please clean it when you're done. Just.
oh no, I would clean it. I would be clean. I would be clean before I post with it. It's not like I'm gonna go to the gym and sweat and then do that. I would.
Don't Logan Paul it. Don't put it in the. Bro, come on, man. I was literally gonna put it up like, Mike, you got any belt you need, man. I got you, bro. Just make sure you just polish it.
I mean, I'm a big dude. I might need the big gold belt right there.
I'm crying. You can take this by. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of torso here. I got a lot of stuff to cover. So,
man, I got I got a couple.
I may need a tag team championship, like both of them.
Oh, see, I got the old school tag team. I got that up there. That'll work for me. I got that. But no, man, I don't know, man. I think again, when it comes to John, again, whether it's an homage, but I think you hit the nail on the head, and I thought that's why everything I thought it kind of kicks it back to where John's like, I can't, guys, I'm not walking out with this belt. I'm not. I get it. I get it. I'm a guy. I'm a bad guy. I'm not really walking out with this. Like you take this back. I don't want it. Like, nah. Somebody needs to win this. I'm not really taking it with me. I don't know, man.
Could you imagine the IWC if that happened?
Oh Jesus!
It would implode Twitter.
Crash out, yeah. Bro. It's over. It's
X would just fall offline because everybody would lose their shit.
Yeah, but not for nothing. At least it's a belt you can see that hasn't been gone for 6 months. Just saying. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not just doing the whole fantasy. Oh, it's December. I want to be in Boston. I don't know if he. Punk doesn't win. I'm sorry, Punk isn't going to win.
No, I don't think it happens at Saudi. I don't think there's any way they change that at Saudi.
So if Cody does win King of the Ring, that first of all, I'm not even being funny. That's night 2. It's Cody.
Oh hell yeah, that's got to be regardless of what any.
That's your
yeah. I mean, it's a WrestleMania rematch. I mean that's night 2 of. They had it on night 2 of WrestleMania. They're going to have it night 2 of.
Right. Here's my
SummerSlam.
thought. I'm gonna throw it out here because I don't want to go too long, but I don't care because it's Monday night, whatever. If it's Cody and Cena, right? Obviously, this man has beef with both guys. Who's to say Cody gets it set up? He's gonna get the Crossroads. Who's to say this? I don't know, you guys might know this guy's name. He's been around. He's kind of popular. He's had a belt for a little while. Who's to say Roman doesn't cost Cody this championship because he wants to take it off of John? And then you go down this road where, well, does Roman get it back at this point now, or does Roman is a Survivor Series? There's only so many PLEs once you get past SummerSlam. You get into the Burrs, you have Bad Blood, Survivor Series, unless they're throwing in, like I said, Armageddon, they're throwing a couple more in and making these up. There's only so many, and John has said, I'm not. John says a lot, but TKO is also the boss. So who's to say? But I don't think he's a man to go against his word and doesn't go into. He's not going into 2026 wrestling. He's like, I'm done. That's it. These are the dates. I'm done.
I think he's probably already got stuff lined up in 2026 where he's like, look, even if you wanted me to do this, I can't because I have this, and this that I've put on hold.
In the interviews I've seen, it's not even movies. It's his wife. It's his life. He's like, I'm slower, and I need to have a life. Like, I need to go do this with her, and we've talked about it, and this is why I'm making this decision. I need to go do me. I'm praying he changes his mind and has some kids, man. John Cena needs to have a little Cena, man. He needs to have himself a little Jimmy. Can you imagine John Cena? Can you imagine the shoe? Imagine the shoes John Cena Jr. has to fill. Holy shit. Like, oh my God. Or even the daughter of John Cena. Are you kidding me?
The nurse of Thugonomics?
Yeah. He won't. I guess it's not in the plans for him and his wife, but good on him. But anyway, I think Roman gets involved in SummerSlam. I'm not trying to go too wild and give out stuff for SummerSlam, but I think Roman makes that return. Maybe it turns into something for Survivor Series. I think again, it's so convoluted. You know this. The top of the card is so saturated with so many people right now. Obviously, John leaves soon. Roman's only here for another 6 to 12 months after he comes back. Like, people start peeling themselves away and we start getting the NXT stuff and the maturation of the younger guys coming up. But these guys who are still here have a stranglehold. And not taking anything away from Gunther, because when he's a champion, you can't have him be transitional. You literally shit on everything Gunther has done as an IC champion, as a world champion. When he loses, it needs to mean something, which he did it. He gave it to the Eat Man. He lost to Jay, which he said, Jay got me on one night. Cool, whatever. But I'm still better than him. But these other guys coming up, the time is coming. But again, like I said, the Cena's leaving and Roman's eventually going to leave, and you have the Solos come, all this other stuff. It's tough. It's tough. Like if we could probably sit here for another half hour, 45 minutes, try and probably predict what the Survivor Series War Game stuff is going to look like, because it's already kind of shaping up on both sides on Raw and SmackDown. So you could throw probably and not hit an air ball. You could probably throw a rock and probably hit at least out of the what is it, 4-on-4? 4-on-4, 5-on-5.
4-on-4. They've done 4-on-4. They've done 5-on-5. I mean,
if it's 5-on-5, you could probably throw a rock and probably hit 5 out of the 10. 5 or 6 out of the 10 people are going to be in this Survivor Series. But anyway, I digress. But it's going to be good. You know what it is? We can't predict it. That means it's going to be good. I'm excited for it. So whatever happens at SummerSlam, whatever happens, if it's Roman, whatever, man, I just think it's going to be good stuff coming up the rest of 2020. In the back half, we're almost in July. Jeez, we're already almost in July. We're in the back half of 2025, so I'm excited for it. It's going to be good. But yeah, I think Raw was good, man. Good setup. Night of Champions is going to be good. Next week's shows will obviously really good as well. But yeah, man, I'm hyped for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where we go with it, no matter what it is.
That's it, baby. Awesome. All right. Well, before we get out of here,
it's not Jay and Sammy.
It has.
Oh, it's not Jay and Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy and Cody. I'm telling you, Sammy and Cody.
I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm okay with Sammy and Cody as long as it's not Jay and Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy goes over.
Which is really bad. I know it sounds like I hate Jay, and I really don't. I'm just I'm burnt out on him.
Sammy and Jay. It's played. No, I get that. It's like don't do that. That's too predictable. Give me Sammy and Cody at least. Like there's still something there, because they've kind of done some tag team stuff, and you're like, he's still kind of his boy, and he's like, but we got to be honest with you. We got to be honest with ourselves and each other. It's probably gonna be Randy and Cody. Like it's because that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of what they're moving toward, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But with that being said, for those of you that don't know, which you already should, Mike, where can they find you and everyone else on the socials?
You can find me and Juana at _BigMike27 on pretty much all socials. Go check us out on X, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can also search it on YouTube or the Running Wrestling Podcast, where we are live every Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central. Or you can come in at 7:30 Central over on Sped's Twitch, SP3DROCK. And you could also catch us playing WWE 2K25. I've been streaming over the weekends. Sped is in the process of getting that game, so we are going to be doing some head-to-head GM mode on there as well. Thank you to Michael and Tori from the Kicking At It 2 for giving us that idea, because they've done that as well on their Twitch at Kicking At It 2. So we are going to start a series on that probably on Sundays. We're going to work out a time, but it's probably going to be on Sunday afternoons when we can both find time to do that. So make sure you go follow SP3DROCK over on Twitch as well, and just follow the show any way you can. And again, if we hit 500 subscribers by SummerSlam, I've put it out on X. You can go again, search at _BigMike27. I will recreate the picture. I will actually go make it my pin tweet so everybody can see exactly what it is. 500 subscribers by SummerSlam, and I recreate that picture with one of those belts you see on John's screen right there, because Sped said he would send me one as well. So
no. If you guys can get Mike and Sped up to 500, I'm going to send Mike a belt of his choosing for him to use in that. I'm in for this. I'm invested, baby. You guys get them up there. One of these belts, I will put all of them up. You choose which one you want for him to use, and I will send it to him. He will use it. He'll send it back. It's fine, nice and polished and clean. It's all good. But you guys need to get him to that goal, and I am here for it. And I want to gladly send him a belt for him to use. So I'm here for it. You guys know me, John Anthony, man. Mondays and Fridays, you can catch me SmackDown, Shakedown, Raw Rundown. Obviously, on Wednesdays over on bodyslam.net with our weekend wrestling, talking TNA as well, and obviously prediction shows, interviews, the whole nine. Probably every day of the week. God bless my family. But yeah, no, man, I'm excited for it. SummerSlam's coming up, Night of Champions. We're going to do some prediction shows. Talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Obviously, we have Evolution, All In, so much stuff coming up. With for you to catch up with all of that and keep up with it, do me a favor, subscribe, give us a like and a follow. If there's nothing else you do tonight before you get out of here, give us a thumbs up. Shows YouTube, hey man, these guys are awesome. We like it. We like the content. Put them in the algorithm. It helps me. It helps Mike. It helps Mike. It helps Jesse B. It helps Kicking Out It too. And it helps the Ultimate One. It helps Juana as well. She likes your likes. So the more you give the thumbs up, the more she likes that as well. See, that's it. You guys get waves. We love it. This is awesome, man. I'm excited for it. I think as we get to the back end of 2025, it's going to be awesome. Obviously, before we know it, we'll be talking about the Rumble 2026. But yeah, awesome stuff, man. But yeah. So, Mike, you have a great night. And like you said, you guys can catch him on Thursday nights over on the Running with him and Spedrock. Make sure you subscribe to those guys and also catch them on Twitch. Catch that little half hour before where things go wild and they get nuts. So awesome. So for Mike and Juana, I'm John Anthony. This is the Raw Rundown, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Big meat minutes, not meat.